Namaste, my beautiful queens. The subject I want to discuss today, I call it I'm working against myself, is very often I receive in my emails. What is the subject? 2 questions. And this question I heard even from, you would sometimes think that the painful experience in life with men can only happen to some very stupid little girls. No. The thing is that such a situation happen with all kinds of even extremely smart, extremely successful, as I already told you, even professors of psychology. But you gotta be, that one was a professor of psychology. He was a pro. That was a pro manipulator. Like, he knew NLP, he knew all the tactics, all the techniques, but plus to all of it, they had karma together, so it was like this. So this question I was asked many times: if he doesn't love me, how, when we make love, when the sex, I get this, sex was absolutely phenomenal. It was fantastic. I was like out of this world. I didn't remember my name. I don't know much about it, being honest with you, but this, and if he can do this, like when he's in bed with me, how can he not love me and make such passionate love to me and not love me and not have feelings? This is number 1 question. So can a man have insanely wonderful sex with you? I mean, what's the big deal about sex? It's a movement of forward and back. You don't have to be a genius to be able to do that. I think it should have something else with emotions. So can he have fantastic sex with you and not love you and not really care? That is number 1 question I want to discuss. And the second question is this, that but he comes back and he tells me I love you. There are tons of videos when a man explain, actually men coaches explain why a man bullshits you, why he tells you all these words which he does not mean, why he does it. It's all connected with that sex I just mentioned. And the third question, if he doesn't love me, why he keeps coming back. All these 3 questions, are entangled in one. So what happens? For example, you haven't seen him in, I don't know, couple of weeks. He was out of sight, out of mind. You're not out of your mind, his mind. And also I gave you the that hormone, my goodness, oxytocin, that hormone which rises in a woman when she is especially making love with a man, that what creates this feeling of I'm connected to him through 3,000 years. So why? For example, you have a man who was out of sight for 2 weeks or 2 months or just out. No communication, no nothing. Suddenly you get a text message, or you get a phone call, or you get something from him. Usually it sounds like this, and I can tell you that many of them text the same thing to multiple women, but probably we will not going to go into that. So he texts you, and you all, like, your hopes are high, or he cares. If he texted me, he cares. Then what happened next? Let's hang out, for example, or let's have dinner. Very often used words by a man. It's interesting. You've been on my mind. You know, it's like you can go Google what to text a woman, you know, what to text a man. You have millions of videos now, what to text a man, what to text a woman, how to make him miss you, how to make him love you. You know, my question is, if I have to use all these freaking tricks in order to hold him, why the hell do I need a man like this? It's another question. So, you've been on my mind, and you're like, oh, he's thinking about me, he cares, okay. Then he tells you, let's just meet. And you meet, and you put the dress on and spray yourself with tons of, I don't know, beautiful perfume, put your makeup on, you know, put you on a plate, pretty much. When in fact your behavior should be different. Go, you know what, I'm busy now, call me in a week. But no, we don't do that. So you go, you have dinner. While you're having dinner, here he starts, you know, this is a Russian expression, but please tell me if in your language you have an expression like this. Put a spaghetti on your ears. Especially if this man has a very sexy voice. You know, some men have such voices that you feel tingling inside. Even if you are not in love with them, you have nothing to do with them. Sometimes it's a man has such a voice, then he just talks and you just melt. So especially men with such a voice. And he looks into your eyes, and then he starts taking this spaghetti, those noodles, and put them on your ears. What does it mean? He starts, I'm sorry, my language, bullshitting you how he's been missing you. And he thinks that probably he lost. I saw this one also used many times in the emails. I think it's in some, in Google. I think I've lost a diamond, that one. I think I've lost a diamond. And he does it to you, and he talks and you believe, you totally believe, because there is expression that woman loves with her ears. Oh, my love, my magic, my beautiful queen, or whatever he tells you, whatever. So then, of course, you go to his place. You know, it's so predictable. You go to his place or you go to your place. You have this crazy, passionate sex, and you think, this is it. He loves me. He wants me. Now you're asking yourself this question. If he doesn't love me, if he doesn't want me, why would he come and do all this? Because I get this in email. My friends, psychologists, get this in 100 of questions, those who have the blogs. If he doesn't care, if he doesn't love me, if he doesn't need me, if he doesn't want me, why he does it? Okay. So, in the morning, he gets up. He tells you, I'll call you. You know, it's so predictable, so typical. They have to think of something else already. You know, I call you, and that's it. He's gone. He's gone. He's nowhere to be found. And you text him, and you're waiting. And then you write me an email. Why did he come back? Why did he write me this? Why did he tell me all this? Why if he doesn't love me? And here I'm going to give you a very simple answer. Why men want sex? What is sex? And why he bullshits you and comes to you in order to receive sex from particularly you. I will tell you now very harsh truth. You see this candle? This candle has no fire. This is a man. I already explained you that man does not have the sacred fire in them, of course, a man of religions, they would probably curse me right now, but it's true. The spark of God, male, loses pretty fast. As soon as his ego starts growing, he loses that spark. Unfortunately, the more man is spoiled by the attention of female. This is why I am a little terrified, but I've been I think I've been a very good type of a mom, and also they have their father example. My son, I have very beautiful sons, but my son Alexander, it's this ridiculous beauty. It's a movie star. He's tall, movie star looking. He's a Scorpio. He's magnetic. He is smart. He is funny, and I'm terrified for him to get spoiled with attention of girls, because even when he just walks, they just look at him. But he has a very good example, their father, his father, and I hope and I believe that he will, and I did his astrology chart, he's gonna marry pretty soon and have like 4 or 5 kids. So why is that? Especially when they get all the attention, when they start changing partners, when they get all the love, all this, you know, girls' attention, women fighting for him, it's hard for them to keep that spark. Usually, unfortunately, by the age of 30, none of them have that spark, but the older they become, they don't. This is energy. That spark is life energy. And this is why in Vedas, in original Vedas, not what that they are now, in original Vedas, it was written that a man without a woman can't be, he's dead. Because a love of a woman gives this spark back to a man. So this is you. You have, oops, okay, this is broken anyway. A woman doesn't have a spark. I don't have a spark anymore. Here you go. This is what you do to him. You give him this spark. This spark is life energy. Without this spark, he doesn't have that energy to live and to function. I will give you, my beauties, a much simpler example. Imagine, okay, this is, I will take, this is your phone, right? Your phone, and this is a charger. So the phone loses battery life. The phone needs to be put with a charger, but the charger is you. A man is a phone. So when he loses his energy, his force, this spark to live, to create, to feel alive, to feel, because when we love, we feel alive. This is the truth of everything. When we love, we feel alive. But men, they either don't know how to love, or they don't want to love, or they run away from love, or they forgot how to love, or they are narcissist. What is a narcissist? I already explained in my other video. This cup without a bottom. This is why narcissist needs the pouring of love from outside, because he doesn't have it inside, and you can't feel him. That's why he changes women, he changes relationship, and he never leave anybody, let anybody go, because he has them on a hook. He constantly needs that supply of energy. That's why you can't really win here. You're gonna give him everything. It's gonna go out here. He will need more. So this is you with that spark. This is a man who needs the supply of that light, of that energy to feel alive. Especially men in creative profession. We are talking show business, writers, songwriters, music writers, directors, creators of, I don't know, programs, movies, fairy tales, whatever. They constantly need that spark to create. This spark is right here. So I have a very simple question to you. How can a man, the phone, this cannot happen if he cannot get it from nowhere. Man can only have it from a woman, period. So his battery is dying. How can he get the energy of life? Sex. Man gets fulfilled energetically through sex with a woman. But here comes the thing, not just any woman, not just any woman, a woman who is in love. The more she loves him, the more she suffers for him, the more she's waiting for him, the brighter her fire. And the more empath you are, the brighter your fire. The more gifted you are, the brighter your fire. The more energy you have, the brighter your fire. This is why narcissists are so drawn to powerful empath, because she sparks until he leaves anything. So if a man has sex with just a woman, for example, we know this, the most ancient profession of female, which he pays money and has sex with her. Through sex with a woman who just gives sex but not feelings, emotions, man does not get that energy. He doesn't get it from her. It can give a man very short temporarily pleasure, but the problem is that no man will ever tell you this. I will tell you this because I work with men as well. And men are drawn to me, but not simple men. All this lately I've been on the 2 groups of professional psychologists. Oh my God, they can talk to me for hours. So, and lots of them sharing their things with me, so I can share them with you. Man who just feels overwhelmed and tired of exhausting or sad or upset or something. So a man who has sex with just a woman without any feelings and emotions, just sex for sex, unfortunately it's temporarily pleasure, very short. After that they feel empty, like exhausted, empty, and much worse. Why is that? Because the exchange didn't happen. She didn't give him nothing. She just gave him her body. She didn't care deeply, truly about him. In a case of men who are famous, it's a lot easier, because usually this fangirls of all ages, places, faces, so on, they are already worshipping him, deeply in love with him and ready to die for him. So a famous person can pretty much fulfill his needs of energy with any fan of his. But still it's not going to be the same. In order to receive that energy, it has to be very, like, so-called full, deep personality who's gonna feel real love to him. Not a love of a fan to a celebrity. No, but a real, deep, true love. Because what fan feels to a celebrity is, you cannot call it love. You cannot call it love. It's different type of things, but this is not this L-O-V-E. It's different thing. So she sleeps with him not because she deeply, truly loves him for who he is, but because it's a celebrity. So he doesn't get it. So in order to receive the energy from real, true, potent energy, that light, he needs to have sex with a woman who truly loves him. The more she loves him, the more she cares, the more deeper she is, the more brighter she is, the more energy he gets. But a smart, deep woman, she's not going to just sleep with him because he just came, okay? In order for him to sleep with her, he has to, I'm sorry my language, bullshit her and make her believe that he's serious about her. So here comes, oh, I've been thinking about you, or let's give it another chance. I think I've lost a diamond, or this and this. And what happens? Now there is energy exchange. Now when you sleep with him, you believe that he cares. You believe that he loves you. You believe that you have a chance to be together. But in fact, he just gets his telephone charged. He gets the energy. Because if it was like this, some men do it and some women do it too. Very rarely, but I've seen it do it. You go to a bar, you become drunk, you get yourself some guy or a girl. If you're a guy, you go, you have sex. No energy exchange happen in such condition. A man a little bit who understands how this thing works, he needs to have sex with a woman who loves him, who hopes to be with him, who dreams of him. The more she loves him, the more she hopes, the more she dreams, the more energy he's gonna get, the longer his charge is gonna last. So you gave it all to him. You believed him. You gave him, because when a woman has sex with a man, she gives it all. Now he get connected to all of the chakras, but his heart is not involved. He has 3 chakras involved. Root chakra, where your genitals are, Muladhara, sacral, Svadhisthana, and some of the Manipura, solar plexus. Then upper levels, upper centers, it's called upper centers, means okay, Mishka, come here. Upper centers means heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, and sacral chakra, crown chakra, Sahasrara. They all closed in him. So just this, Manipura would be here, sacral would be here, Muladhara, sacral, Svadhisthana, and Manipura. That's it. That's all works in him. That's pretty about it. Survival, sex, and food. Pretty much that's primitive functioning, 3 lowest chakras. A man who has his heart open, anahata, they wouldn't do this. They wouldn't come, sleep with you, and disappear. They would never do it. So this is what happened. He came. In order to receive all the sparks, all this energy, charge his battery, he has to at least take you to dinner and tell you all the things, as I said, spaghetti on the ear, so you'd believe him. Because only if you do believe him, you are going to give it all to him. You are going to give everything in you to him, because when a woman has sex with a man, she gives her all. It's not like, I'm not going to give this, I'm just going to give this. We're open completely. Especially those of us who are very powerful spiritually, mentally, emotionally, psychically, so on and so on. So this is it. He received his energy, and he says, I'm gonna call you. And he's gone. He's gone as long as this energy is still there in him. If he has beside you somebody else, then when this energy is out, he's empty again, charger is gone, he's going to go to somebody. Usually they have a set of phone numbers in their phone, pretty much, especially those of you who travel. I have one in Switzerland, a blondie. I have one in London. Actually, I have several in London, so on. And, you know, you can, okay, who am I going to call today? Let's see, a little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit, that's it. He chooses the one he wants to call or whatever, he just picks it up like this. And they meet, they have dinner. He looks deeply into her eyes and tells her with his low, beautiful voice how he's been thinking about her, whatever. Has sex with her, Monica, Jessica, whatever. Thinks that, that's a future there, because how can he look at me like this if he doesn't care? How can he talk to me like this if he doesn't care? How he can make love to me like this? To him is no love, this is sex. So, and he's gone, she stays, she's waiting. He can come back in 2 weeks. He can come back in 2 months. to receive the full of the energy, to charge himself. This is why a man keeps coming back, and why a man sleeps with you without having feelings with you, to you. Why he bullshits you because he needs to sleep with you, make you believe, then sleep with you. And why he comes back again and again, because the battery needs to be charged. This is sad, but this is true. Sometimes, girls, you have to understand that sometimes it's not just a battery charging. Sometimes maybe you possess a talent, you know. Maybe you're full of ideas. Maybe you're cooking fantastically and he wants this, you know, whatever paneer of yours or pirashki or something, and he really wants to have that, I don't know, chicken you're cooking or whatever, and he can't just come to you and tell you the truth. Listen, I want a chicken and I want a sex. And you're going to say, you know what, F off from here. A man can't do it. If he comes to you and he tells you the truth, you're going to tell him to get a hike. But he comes to you and he starts, oh, I've been thinking about you. In fact, I've been thinking about your beautiful steak you're making. Can I please? I'm so hungry. I've been thinking about you and about that steak. Oh, sweetheart, I'm going to cook it for you right now. So he has his steak, he has his wine, he has his conversation, he has his sex, and then he goes. And some of them go home to wife. How to know if he's not using you? Because this is using. I do not know how many times I have to state. He cares. He acts. The thing is that the one who loves you, his words don't go against his actions. If he tells you he cares, but he's nowhere to be found if you're dying, he doesn't give flying rat's ass about you. If it's your birthday, or you're in the middle of a hurricane, or you're in a hospital, just to have your heart surgery, or you are on the top of Everest, or you are on the bottom of the ocean, he's nowhere to be found. He does not give flying rat's ass. Because a man who really loves you, he acts. He acts. You know that I'm working against myself now. You understand it? You understand that if all of you listening to me right now, if all 87,000 of my subscribers understand this, I'm going to have 0 subscribers. Because if all of my subscribers understand this rule of self-love, self-dignity, self-respect, I'm going to have no work. See, I am working against me. If you understand, you're going to dump all your assholes. Tell them to F off, and then I'm not going to have no private readings, because you're going to know right away this is an asshole. I'm not going to deal with him. So I am trying to make you understand something which would take you out of my subscribers, because you will know that you will not no more look at my readings or listen to me, because you're going to have self-love, self-respect, self-value. You're not going to be dealing with any assholes out there. But still, I want you to understand. Action of a man determine his love or absence of love. If he loves you, he wants you to smile. If he loves you, he wants you to feel loved. If he loves you, he wants you to feel appreciated. If he loves you, he wants you to feel valued. Let me say it 7,000 more times. This applies for any relationship, including karmic relationship. Karmic, schmarmic, bazamarmic, I don't care. Twin, schmin, flame, I don't care. I am a twin flame. And these rules apply to me as well. It doesn't matter if he's a twin flame or he's a double twin flame. If he's Archangel Gabriel in a body of a male, if he loves you, he acts. He makes you feel valued. He makes you feel appreciated. He wants you to be happy. He wants to take care of you. He wants you to be loved, because this way you're going to have this spark and you're going to give this spark to him. But if he wants you to get, he loves you not. Why you want to spend time waiting for a man who doesn't give flying red stars? I don't care if it's a twin flame. Twin flame is a different category. Unfortunately, in this category, if if twin flame just falls into behavior of an ordinary man, then he has to be treated as an ordinary man. But then in this case, you have to shine brighter 10,000 times. You have to shine for him and for yourself. You have to work for him and for yourself. Another time, I'm going to show you the book. Everything is written there. If you are karmic, if you are starseed, if you are TF, if you are anything, everything is written in this book. The book is priceless. I would pay $5,000 for it if I had $5,000. So actions, 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 nothing but actions show you his love, nothing else. And remember, loving yourself is the best thing you can do to achieve the best life and relationship you can. Namaste.